It's pretty obvious and you don't need to look twice to realise that I have quite bad skin. Even if you say it's not bad, it's definitely not good. The fact isn't that I don't take care of my skin. I imagine I take better care of my skin than most people, but I just have sensitive skin that is prone to acne and blemishes, so it makes it harder for me to actually have good skin. And I imagine as my channel grows, I will only get more hate that is directed towards how my skin looks like. And I have two options when it comes to this. I could either cope for the rest of my life and reply to every single comment or remark about my skin and say, no, it's not my fault, I just have sensitive skin. I try really hard to keep it clear, but it just doesn't work, so you can't blame me. Or just deal with it. Put in the necessary effort, even if it's unfair that it has to be more than the average person. And deal with the problem of me having bad skin so that nobody can say anything bad anymore because the problem ceases to exist. People will judge me for my bad skin, even though it's technically not my fault. And because it is something that I can change, my job is to change it so that weak part of me is now gone. Anything hateful said or any insult that I hear can only be effective if there is truth to it. And by reading between the lines of the hateful thing that is said, it will show me the things that I need to work on most. And after enough hate, I would have worked on everything that I got hate about, and it would have left me to a point where I can't get any more hate because all of the weak parts of me are now strong or either completely gone. There will never be a time where you just don't get hate anymore. You will get hate even if you do the most selfless thing ever. This fact is quite sad, but nobody wants to see you succeed. And once you say that you're going to do something big, they're going to not believe you and give you shit for it. And once you start working up towards it and your results are starting to show, they're only going to hate more or just completely disappear because they don't want to be around someone who's so excellent. And that mostly applies to your closest people like friends and family. So when it comes to people who don't even know you and are seeing you succeed, they're going to give you relentless hate. So don't expect the hate to ever stop and only expect yourself to grow stronger and more resilient to it. And you may be thinking to yourself that this isn't important at all. I know what I need to work on and the hateful comments that I get won't help me anyway. But please trust me when I say that it is one of the most important things when it comes to bettering yourself. And with you striving to be a real masculine high value man, you need to smooth out all of the rough edges that are a part of you. And this is especially important because you will have blind spots. Things that you're doing wrong but don't even realise. And it will take somebody else pointing it out to you for you to realise that. So absolutely have humility and think if the hateful comments that you get have some truth to it. So then you can become the best version of yourself and know where your downfalls are so you can't blindly fall into them. Like I said, no matter in what way you're trying to improve, people are going to hate on you because nobody likes feeling inferior. That is why hate only comes from below. And if you ever get a truly hateful comment, understand that it's only because you have something that they don't. Because if they were genuinely not below you, they wouldn't even care to be hateful. Take a second right now to be humble and think about all the people that you hate or have hated before. And think about what it was that made you hate them. It wasn't because they were worse than you, it's because they had something that you didn't. And that made you feel like they were better than you. But after having focused and improved yourself for some amount of time, you will be better than 80% of men. And then we'll get to a point where it's not worth trying to work out if something hateful is constructive, and only taking criticism from people who are better than you, or have something that you don't. Because if Joe Schmo is telling me that I can't speak well, what does it matter? Because he can't speak well anyway, and even if I wanted guidance and advice, he couldn't help me. But say Iman Gadji is telling me that I can't speak well, I'm going to take that in because he can speak well. And if I really listened to what he said, that would undoubtedly benefit me. There will usually be something useful that you can read in between the lines and extract, but most of the time it will be noise for you to ignore, and you can either deal with the criticism gracefully or just continue to make excuses. Deal with it and become the absolute best version of yourself so that nobody can give you hate anymore because of how excellent you are. Click and watch this video right now. Put in enough time and attention because that will make anything into reality.